Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Here with Kyle Svetlik, Branch Director and Wealth Manager. Hi, Kyle.
Hey, how you going?
Good. So this is the silver lining to delayed retirement. Overall, during the pandemic, a lot of people chose early retirement. And it sounded good, and you might have a date penciled, that magical date on the calendar for when you want to retire. But then the markets got volatile. You thought waiting a little longer wasn't a bad idea. And that's okay. We've got a list of reasons why it might not be so bad to delay retirement. Other people are thinking this too. About 40% of workers are planning to push retirement later in life due to inflation. That is a recent survey by the Nationwide Retirement Institute. So, Kyle, let's talk about the financial side, especially with those increased Social Security benefits.
Yeah, the main thing I want to bring up when you're looking at retirement is that you are working with a financial professional. So if you're going to delay your retirement, you're delaying it for the right reasons. You can talk about inflation, wanting to grow your Social Security, wait for the actuarial wage basis, which say you retire at 62 and then you wait till 67. There's not that big of a step up until you start getting to 68 and 69, where you get that 8% increase in Social Security. So the biggest advice we can give at Annex when we're talking to our clients is let's delay retirement, but delay it for the right reasons. If you're delaying retirement because the market's selling off, or you're delaying it because you want to increase Social Security, well, you might not need to delay it for those reasons. You know, the biggest thing when we take a look at retirement planning here is we have this software that's able to project you out for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And we can play a factor of market volatility. We can look at Social Security, and we can weigh that into your certain or your specific financial picture and let you know, hey, it doesn't matter if the markets sell off 20% the day you retire because of how your spending is and what you have in your portfolio, you're going to be okay. But the biggest factor should be when you're meeting with your advisor, having that conversation, and making sure you're walking hand in hand to retirement with someone you trust.
And a lot of people have that big dream of retirement, what they want to do in retirement. And some folks, they might not know that they can maximize their contributions. So that's something you guys can help with them as well.
Maximizing contributions into your 401k plan are very important. Here's another step to that. So you can maximize your contributions. Also, if you have one spouse that's retired and one spouse that's continued working, maybe we'd advise you not to contribute into your 401k plan, only to put into what your employer's matching. Because if you're taking out of accounts to supplement somebody's income, why would you be adding even more into a retirement account when you're having to take distributions? So we will take a look at maximizing what you can put away into your 401k. If you're in that 60 to 63 range, there's an extra bonus you can do for step up for it. But if you're actually retired and you're working as a couple and one retires sooner, we might actually ask you to stop withdrawing from some of the 401k in order to maximize what your income is so you can get more take home and you're not taking as much out of other accounts.
The silver lining to delaying retirement, there are some health and wellness benefits as well, Kyle.
Yeah, there's benefits to it, but you've got to be active in your community when you decide that you're going to retire. A lot of people, when they get done with retirement, they miss the social aspect of being in the office. And if you retire and you end up finding yourself sitting on the couch and binging Netflix or watching YouTube or scrolling through your phone and just watching videos, you're not going to get that same sense of community.
We might do that for the first month.
Okay, all right. The first month is okay. Take 1 month, but then you've got to set yourself up in a regular schedule where you're getting out, you're playing pickleball, you're planning vacations. So many people, when they get to retirement, they get a little tight on money and they're worried about spending. And it's important to work with someone like myself or the financial planning team we have at Annex, a wealth manager, so we can encourage those that are in really good places to spend money. Start planning a vacation, buy yourself the brand new golf clubs that you need. Here's how you're going to buy it. We're going to set up distribution strategies so you're not getting hit with taxation on it, so you can feel a little bit more empowered on these things and give you those benefits of retirement that you were looking forward to.
The silver lining to delaying retirement, Kyle Svetlik, Branch Director, Wealth Manager at Annex. What about the personal and lifestyle gains, Kyle? Because you think retirement, you want to be able to enjoy it. So you're helping folks enjoy.
Yeah, the main thing we want to do is empower people to have the retirement that they've been thinking about, actually able to put a plan in place so they're empowered to make these decisions versus guessing and wondering, well, I don't know if I want to spend money, the market's down. There's other ways you can take resources. If you're in a diversified portfolio, the market's down 20%, well, maybe we're going to sell some of the bonds in your portfolio instead of the stock portion of it. So you're really not taking a hit when the market's in that volatile stage. So when you're in retirement, it's important to have someone on your team watching out for all this, where the money's coming from, so that you can have the fruitful retirement.
And one of the points we wanted to make, just because you're delaying retirement, you still need to have that plan. It is financial planning at every level. AnnexWealth.com. It all starts there. The Get Started button, you can explore a whole bunch of different opportunities, like with Kyle Svedlik, branch director and wealth manager here at Annex. Thank you, Kyle.
All right. Thank you.